Listening to audiobooks versus reading, which one is better? Well, this is the subject that we are going to talk about in this video. Hey everyone, Matt Giaro here, and I help content creators create a business around their passion and their expertise. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So first things all, this video is specifically going to be for people who are content creators. What does that mean? So basically, people who are looking for basically creating content, may it be videos, may it be basically a blog post or like written form of content, or may it be a podcast. So basically, what happens is like um, our personality. So we are kind of creatives. We like to discover new things, new concepts, and we are always looking for inspiration. And what is basically better than picking up, for an example, a book where someone just put like a lot of expertise, a lot of things that happen in his life into this book. The thing is that today we have basically the choice. We have the choice between listening to those books or between reading them. So you may be asking yourself, well, what is the best way for me? And in this video, you're going to discover what method I prefer, but also going to see basically the drawbacks and the advantage of each of those kind of content. So the first thing that you have to ask yourself, let me just change the color here, is that basically what is your goal basically from reading a book or like read from consuming the content? Is it basically for doing research, or is it looking for inspiration? Let me just write it out here. Or is it basically for both? Well, this is something that you have to define before like picking one specific like one specific media. And the thing is, like, just a quick thought here is that you don't have to like go 100% on books or 100% on audiobooks, right? You can basically split between the different type of subjects or different kind of information that you're looking for. So this is just a quick thought for here. And the thing is that one of the major advantages, for example, if you're doing research, is that it's very easy basically to scan books. What do I mean by that? So, for example, if you're doing a lot of research, well, you don't have to you don't have time basically to listen to like all those different books, because like one book is approximately 5 hours. Okay, so let's say you have to do some research, and like you want just to pick at least 3 books in one specific subject. Well, it's already 15 hours just of listening to a book, right? Of course, you can speed this up if you, for example, like listen to the book at a 2x speed. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of like it's really a lot of time. And if you're really just going for like doing some basic research, then basically I will certainly go for scanning the book, for going basically for the written format, right? So basically going for the book format. But if you're looking for inspiration, looking for like really nourishing your mind rather than just searching for that bit of information that you can basically use for something else, well, then the audiobook has several advantages. So first thing first, and what I really like about audiobooks, it's easy to trigger. Like, it's really easy to start listening to an audiobook. You just put up your smartphone. Well, you click on, basically, I suppose that you're going to listen to audiobooks like with Audible, or maybe downloading them, or I don't know what. Basically, it's like you're just tapping the icon, and yeah, you're ready to go. Well, so, and this makes it really easy to start. Instead, when it comes, for example, for a book, you have to find a quiet place, and then basically you have to pull out basically your Kindle, and this may be not with you, or the book, basically, right? It may be not with you. Maybe you have to go to another room, but because we know for a matter of fact that the smartphone is always with us, right? So really the trigger when it comes to listening to audiobooks is so easy and makes it really such a no-brainer that basically I discovered myself listening more often to an audiobook rather than pulling out my like my Kindle or my physical book, right? So this is one thing. So easy to start. But the thing is, if you go for the audiobook, you have really to take care because what about how to take notes? Well, it's pretty hard taking notes when you're listening to an audiobook, right? So basically, what I do is basically I just mark down basically the um, uh, the places where I find that there is some interesting information. I continue listening, but the thing is, what I do after that is that I'm basically try to come back and then just write it down. And if I have to listen to like the same segment of the book several times in order to take the note, well, I just do it. And sometimes I just have to listen to it 5 times in order to take the notes. But on the flip side, when you listen several times to take notes, it helps you basically memorize the basically the info that you wanted to get from the book, like better than just making a copy paste, for example, on the Kindle app and then just pasting it into your note app, right? So in my example, for example, I memorize stuff better when I'm listening to it, right? So this is why, to be honest, like my answer to the question is going for the audiobooks. But as I told you, it doesn't have to be, let's say, black and white answer. Like it doesn't have to be 100% audiobooks and 100% textbooks. For example, if you are looking for example, my domain of expertise is basically everything related to marketing, self-development, so on and so forth. Well, I may choose basically for the marketing books for reading them, and then for everything related to self-development, basically, I can basically take a choice to basically only listening to them. So really, there is no like black and white. You just have to test by yourself and see basically what floats your boat and just go with it. You see what I mean? So the best, like what is the best thing? Like there is no best thing and one size fits all for everybody. What I would encourage you to do is basically based on what you've learned in this video, like trying just to make some tests and basically establish a system that works sorry for yourself. So in the description, I've prepared for you a PDF in which I give you basically my top 5 best business read with some other tweaks and hacks that you can use when it comes to like listening to audiobooks and also reading physical books, how to take notes and so on and so forth. So with that being said, the PDF, you can download it by clicking the first link in the description. Also by signing up to my newsletter, you're going to get my daily emails, which are basically for content creators who want to create a business around their passion and their expertise. And with that being said, guys, I see you inside the PDF, inside the newsletter, and also in the next video.